Good day and welcome to another edition of Clear Sports. Olushola Adebayo is my name. Welcoming you to today's edition where we'll be focusing on the Super Eagles 100 game at the AFCON as they face the duties of Guinea-Bissau later today, where the Super Eagles will also be negotiating to top their group as they are looking forward to another round of 16 qualification. They will also be looking at how the team have been shaping up since their dramatic 1-0 victory over Côte d'Ivoire. Is there any injury scare from that camp, or is there anything for the Super Eagles to be scared of the duties at all? You remember the duties defeated them right there in Abuja. All of this will be making a discussion today on the show. I won't be doing this alone. I have with me Bisri Assis AZ, as well as Ajibola Kazim.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here with you.
All right, and it won't be just that alone. We'll also be looking at the trending issue at the AFCON. Those things that have made the AFCON tick is the 10th day already, and the competition is living up to all of the pre-qualifications, billings, and expectations, as well as we'll be touching down on the Super Eagles camp where Said Afalabi will be waiting for us to give us all the latest updates that can take you right from here, straight to the Al Azan Ouattara Stadium, where the Super Eagles will confront the White Dogs of Guinea-Bissau. So stay tuned because we'll be right back for all these juicy details and many more.
Thank you, Olushina. It's important for us not to, like I said, like the coach said, to take the next game as it comes. I know we have a slogan of "Let's do it again," but we have games to play before the final, and you know this. If we go into that game thinking we're going to beat them, then there might be a surprise. You know. We've been working hard. We've analyzed the team, you know, and we know how they play. We know their strengths, and we're working towards that. You know, in training, we did great training yesterday. We're going to work also today, and the boys know how important it is, and we're going to approach that game with all seriousness to win. Yes, I believe we have the squad and the capacity to win the AFCON, but like I said, it starts from each games, so we have to focus on Guinea-Bissau, win that game, and then the next game until we get there. But I do believe we have the squad to do it.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's this Clear Sports as we'll bring you all of the update from the AFCON, and can I also bid you a great evening as we look forward to the Super Eagles game and in a couple of hours or thereabout. My guys are here in the studio. Guys, what are you looking forward to at the Super Eagles who are playing against the Jutus? As we have played 99 games already at the Nations Cup, about one of the biggest side when it comes to the Nations Cup, and they'll be playing against a side that will be approaching just their 12th game, and they are yet to win any game. Is that not a motivation for them to come all out and score a big one over the Super Eagles? Looking back, during the qualifiers, they actually beat Nigeria in Abuja, and a win for them will be a great way to announce their presence at the Nations Cup. This is their 4th appearance. They are yet to win any of their games, but they were at the back of the defeated Super Eagles a couple of months ago, and that may just give them a chance of making it through the best qualifying 3rd place team.
Okay, they've lost 2 games already, so I don't know what the win for them would be. It might be up for based on they're still 3rd place team, 3rd place ranked teams to be. Maybe they can be favorable. But as it stands, I don't see them getting anything against Nigeria today.
All right, Cass, would they just showed up and the Super Eagles will beat them because they won't be so motivated because they lost 2 games?
Of course, in the present Africa game now, there's no more underdogs. Of course, I still believe that the big teams are not even coming to the party. That's why we are saying that. But that's another conversation entirely. It's all left for the Eagles to show their mettle, just like you say. That will be their 100 games in the tournament. And we've won it 3 times. We've been to the semi-final a couple of times, quarter-final a couple of times. So we're just talking about the Lions against I don't know, the underdogs. And when matter most, Nigeria should be there showing to the world that this is what we are. We are the Super Eagles, and we need that match to qualify. So against the Super Eagles that is playing with a team that has not won any matches over many tournaments, it's left for the Eagles to show their mettle.
All right, it's left for the Nigerian national team to prove why they are one of the giants of African football, just like Kaz believes so, as well as Bisariyu AZ. But anyways, let's look at the way the Super Eagles have come far in this competition. 99 games played already, played in the semi-finals 15 times out of 20 appearances, and they've only won it 3 times. Third place 8 times. Second as a finalist as 4 times. Is that not underwhelming based on the number of semi-finals we've played compared to Egypt that has played just 13 quarterfinals and they won in 7 semi-finals and they won it 7 times, compared to even Cameroon, less than 10 semi-finals and they won it 5 times. Ghana as well. Have we really live up to the expected heights, considering the numbers of semi-finals we've managed to play as an AFCON participant?
Well, we had our height and low as a team. When I say height and low, we've started in the 80s. We won our first edition in 1994 as well. We won our second edition. I mean, Nigeria now, not football, not CAF competition. I'm talking about Nigeria. But after 1994, we expect to go to this Johannesburg to go and it's just going to be an all Nigerian affairs. But Abacha regime then have this political issue, and we couldn't do the bilateral conversation with the South Africa, so we were not expected to go. Agadugu in 1998, Nigeria was suspended, so we're just coming back in 2000. When we hosted it with Ghana, we all felt that it's going to be Nigeria way until that penalty missed by Victor Ikpeba, which today we still believe that it was a legitimate goal being ruled out. So from there, we have issue. Transition comes in Mali 2002. We all know how it's happened. Olisa had the issue with the coach and everything. The team was the go to the Korea, South Korea, and Japan, Korea 2002. We just went there with the new team. So from there in 1994, 2004, I beg your pardon, in Tunis, we started with young players. And even at that too, we know what happened. Ayegbeni, Agali, our 2 main strikers, they were sent back home. So during that period, Egypt picked it. From there, they won it 3 times in consecutive. While Nigeria was still trying to pick their pieces, Egypt were just going there to sweep all the trophies. And even at that, some other Africans too were not even coming to the party. So by then, it was just all Egypt. So that is what Nigeria also have done in 1996, 98, and 2000. While we are here sitting about Nigeria winning it 3, we could have been here sitting about talking about 6-time champion. So it's all about taking your chances.
So it's more of a off the pitch issues that is making Egypt look so good, while Nigeria was just chasing with just 3 AFCON, having played 99 and the 100 to be played Saturday. All of the teams that have played 100, I think Cameroon, Ghana, Egypt, they've won more than 3 times, apart from Cote d'Ivoire that played more than 100 games and they've only won twice. So is more of administrative issues than the talent? Is that what you're saying?
It's not generally the administrative issues. There are times whereby we've gone to the tournament with even teams we expected to even perform more than what they did. In the last edition in Tunis, was it Tunis?
Cameroon.
In Cameroon.
We lost at the round of 16 to Tunisia. In that group of that tournament, we swept the group, scoring goals.
And we expected to
go through against Tunisia. But what happened? It was a lone victory. We lost. So sometimes it's not just the administrative part of it. Even the footballing part of it sometimes comes into play.
But I can understand the Olushola sentiment, because going to that Cameroon tournament as well, we know that we made an hurry change to our coaching crew. Egwefon was not part of the team. We brought in Emmanuel Amunike. So there's this conflict on interest. Some people were saying that it was Amunike that was calling the shots, while some people are even saying that Egwefon that was there, it does not even merit it, because it doesn't have anything to show.
it is combination of both.
It's going to be a combination of both.
We could have won surely more than 3 AFCON.
It's painful anyway, because talking about AFCON and we are here talking as if Nigeria is just an underdog or talking about 3 wins.
Just
no,
out of 20
no. And we are talking about efficiency now, coefficiency now, rate. Now, if you take it to statistics, so we are saying that we are even be there more than other teams. Yet, some teams that have not played as much as we have, they have won more trophy than us.
Just talking about semi-finals appearances, Ghana, Cameroon, Egypt have played more than 100 games, but we've managed to make it into the semi-finals more than any one of them, and we returned with just 3
That is what I'm saying. You know, Egypt, one thing about Egypt is that if you remember in 1994, we were together in the same group. Egypt is either they are coming or they are not coming. Once they come to the party, they want to win it.
Okay, that's a bit of history at the AFCON, where Nigeria will be hitting a milestone later today when they play the Jutus of Guinea-Bissau. Lots of people have called them the underdog coming to that game, but their nickname is actually White Dog. I hope the Super Eagles will be able to avoid their wideness as they seek to top their group. But meanwhile, let's take a breather now. We'll take you straight to Abidjan, where Said Afolabi is waiting for us to give us an update from the Super Eagles presser, as they will be playing today. They had a presser yesterday. Said captured the moment, and we will likely be talking to Said, all things being equal. So stay tuned, because we'll be back after this. All right, welcome back to the show. It's still Clear Sport, and we have with us live in Abidjan Said Afolabi. He's been monitoring things for us, and he has an update for us. How are you doing, Said? My first question to you is that we have injuries concern about Ali Hassan Yusuf. He missed the last game. It was about our best player, especially through the midfield in the first game. We learned he might not be featuring again. What is the update on Ali Hassan? I'm still talking about injury concerns. Yesterday, it was we were told that William Troost-Ekong trained alone, that there are some concerns over his fitness as far as today's game against Guinea-Bissau. Maybe you want to shed more light on that one for us.
In terms of Alassane injury, he is not fit for the game against Guinea-Bissau. He has been ruled out for the game against Guinea-Bissau. So we hope that if the Super Eagles get through to the round of 16, we hope he is fit enough to play in that game. But for now, Al-Hassan is ruled out.
All right, no problem. I'm sure the Super Eagles will know how to cope with all of those concerns as they face the Jutus later in the day. And my question is that is that issue of being overconfident in the camp? Because we know beating Côte d'Ivoire comes with a lot of relaxation mood for the boys. I hope they won't be too overconfident or get complacent when they face Guinea-Bissau later today.
Oh, sure, I can conveniently tell you that the morale in the Super Eagles camp is very, very high. They are determined, they are focused to get that important win against Guinea-Bissau. Like what Jose Pesero said in the presser, said they are ready. They are targeting the trophy, so they are ready and determined. They are focused on getting to the final. And this defender Kenneth Omeru actually reiterated what Pesero said. I said the Eagles are ready to reach the final. I asked him in the press conference and what was the chances of the Eagles in this tournament. Despite he was part of the AFCON winning squad of the 2013 rather. Where that was the last time the Eagles won the AFCON. So he said they are targeting the title. So no cause for alarm back home.
The coach have also said he wants to top that group to also grow in confidence going forward as to winning the competition.
Okay, Shola, you asked about the morale of the Super Eagles players. I can tell you their morale is very, very high. Like what the captain said, Ahmed Musa, he said they are really, really focused and determined of winning this championship. So the morale is high. Kenneth Omeru also said so in the press conference. I asked him that is he sure that the Super Eagles will win this championship or equally reach the final? because Omero was part of the last AFCON winning squad of the Super Eagles when they won it last in 2013, led by the late Stephen Keshi then. So he said the Super Eagles are really focused and determined to get the title won here in Abidjan.
All right, thank you so much for your time with us. We hope they will live up to all of everything they've been saying, and the Super Eagles will top the group. Okay, guys, that's Saida Falabi all the way in Côte d'Ivoire, and he's talking about no room for overconfidence and all of that, and that was also re-echoed by the coach and Kenneth Omero as the captain or one of the elders in the team. He was around 10 years ago when Super Eagles actually won this. What's your take on this, on the presser, and what Saida just said?
Yeah, like we all know, and as we can see, there's no small team in African football. We've been surprised by many of the scorelines we've seen so far. So this is not the chance for us to feel relaxed and feel it is just Guinea-Bissau. Like we all know, we remember what they did last year in Abuja. We lost the game 1-0. So now this is about them proving that, okay, yes, we can do it again. They want to spoil our party. So we will not give them the chance to do that, knowing that we want to top the group. After beating Côte d'Ivoire, the next thing we have to do is win the next game to continue to boost the confidence going into the round of 16.
All right, and the team cope effectively without Ali Hassan. We are not expected to play low block against Guinea-Bissau. Can the coach try and use 2 strikers for this game, Kaz?
Well, our greatest undoing was to have to share the spoil in the first match, because right now playing our third match could have just been a venue for the coach to tell other player. But this is a match that we need so badly, so that firstly to ensure our qualification, and secondly to try to top the group so that we can remain in that city, in that stadium which they have acclimatized. So it's less for the coach, because we don't have much depth in that team. We don't want to deceive ourselves. We don't really have much depth. It's not about the number now, it's about the depth. Who can come in, who can come out. We saw what happened, just like Alazan was saying, when he was taken off in the first game. We saw how we struggled in that match, and that is it. So I expect the coach to still maintain his starting lineup against Africa. So of course, against Africa, we didn't do anything spectacular. If you look at this very well, we just had the 1 goal attempt and we nick it. That's all. So if that's all about championship anyway, you take your chances. So if you can maintain that lineup as well, so be it. If that's going to guarantee us the 3 points and the qualification we so much desire.
All right, there are no 2 games like they always say, and I want to believe the Guinea-Bissau game is not going to be the same as the Côte d'Ivoire game, but the results should be the same. Super Eagles should nick the maximum 3 points. Okay, guys, let's quickly look at some trends at this AFCON, because news keeps breaking day by day as the competition continues. Let's talk about Victor Osimhen. He's not been getting the goals, and he has come out to say he's not under pressure at all. Like, he just wants to play and score. That is the only passion he has as a striker. That's why people believe he's been playing through pressure, because he's not getting the goals. But the McFifian Award had just been presented to him yesterday. Do you think that will also add to the pressure on his neck, even though he said there is no pressure? Remember, the award is for Best African Player in France. He won it back then in 2020, but due to COVID-19 and other issues, he left France and the rest. It was just given yesterday. Would that not also add to the Africa Footballer of the Year tag on his head while he's trying to live up to all of those titles?
Yeah, this is Victor Osimhen, and I see no pressure. I trust him 100%. He has shown from Ligue 1 what he's capable of. Then going to Napoli, we've seen what he can do. The first year, in his first year in Napoli, it was not all that good. But the last season, we saw what happened.
Well, Nigerians are concerned about the fact that he needs to start replicating those fine forms for the Super Eagles.
Yeah, we all want to see that. But we cannot compare a 38 games tournament to 7 games tournament. He's missed 2 big chances in the...
Osimhen is not under pressure. One thing we need to understand is that the goal will naturally come. He's a born striker. He have proven that over the years in the big top team and the league and all of that. So this is a national team, as I mentioned, it's a bit different to club football. And before you,
why I'm worried is this: he's been scoring for the Super Eagles with relatively ease.
But he has not been to any major tournament.
Oh, maybe that's.
He has not been to many. So he could have had the experience in Cameroon. He wasn't there. Napoli did not allow him. So this is his first experience. We need to understand that people grow as time goes on. We want to think that because he's an African Footballer of the Year, of course he is. We know that he's a potential striker and he is very potent. But even at that, we need to give him a bit of time. And again, I love what Trusacon, what he did in our last game. He took off the pressure away from him. He handled that penalty as a captain. He took on the responsibility because otherwise, if Osimhen have taken the chances and probably it went wrong,
and that will add to the pressure.
More pressure.
All right. I hope it comes good today because I know once he starts scoring goals, the confidence grows. And
confidence is there. The goal will naturally come.
He start doing those things that we expect him to do. All right, let's talk about Abel Amrouche, the first coach that will be sacked while the AFCON was still on. I can't remember in recent history where a coach was just sacked while the competition is on, but this one is understandable. It was banned by CAF for without substantiating all of the claims about Morocco having CAF in their hands, controlling CAF, probably because of the way he felt the officiating in their game against Morocco didn't go their way. And he was also fined $10,000. And what happened afterwards? When you are banned 8 games, 8 matches,
for a 7-game tournament,
6 or 7 matches to play, then what are you doing on the seat? He was fired by Tanzania. But my worry is, CAF should have given him a kind of chance to expatiate or substantiate those claims instead of just firing him.
Yeah, we all know the rules. This is football, and we all know the rules. There are limits to this kind of things. You cannot go on air and make those kind of comments and expect nothing to happen. I'm sure he knows something is going to happen, but maybe he's not sure he'll be banned.
Well, in the spirit of fairness, as CAF did well.
Of course, that's the normal measure they have to take. You know, you cannot just go out there and say whatever you want to say and without thinking about the consequences. So there's always going to be a consequence for his action. So you cannot say that and the next match you expect him to still be on the bench. So that will be an impediment on CAF as well. So they need to do what they have to do. But just like Regis said, that does not mean that what you said was totally wrong. But it's not coming from the right man. So there are sometimes that you have the right thing to say. But when it's not coming from the right quarter, you will just be seen as...
I don't know whether everything is totally wrong or partially right. But for cases like that, I think if he felt he has a case,
of course he did.
Maybe he should go to class.
Olushola, if you want to expatiate this conversation between you and I, we all know what CAF is.
Well, I don't want to expatiate more than that.
All right, let's leave it that way.
Someone has been fired, suspended. Let him go to class if he knows he has a good case. All right, it's this Clear Sport where we dissect everything around the AFCON. I will take a breather and I will come back. We'll be looking at the chances of other teams battling to fill up the remaining spaces in the round of 16, as only 2 teams have been able to do that after playing 2 games, and those are Cape Verde and Senegal. All other big teams are still struggling to find their space, and we have 3 other games later today apart from Nigeria against Guinea-Bissau. So when we come back, we'll be looking at the chances of other teams trying to qualify from the game today, as well as those 2 that have qualified. What do those sides did better than those sides that couldn't make it after round of 2 matches? Go nowhere, we'll be back.
Do you love football? Calling all football enthusiasts. Dive into the adrenaline-packed world of AFCON 2023 and join the passionate crowd supporting the Super Eagles. Be part of the action at one of the 20 epic viewing centers across the state, set up by the Lagos state government. As the Super Eagles vie for their 4th AFCON title, the Lagos is a Goal initiative invites you to be part of this football extravaganza as we transform each viewing center into a cauldron of support and cheer our Super Eagles to victory. That's not all. Get in on the excitement at our viewing centers with the Predict and Win competition. Predict football match outcomes for a shot at winning 50,000 Naira. 20 lucky winners will each take home this fantastic cash prize. So, grab your jerseys, bring your flags, and immerse yourself in the magic of Lagos is a goal. It's more than just a game. The goal is to foster unity among Lagosians, particularly the youth, encouraging them to unite for a common purpose and create an inclusive atmosphere that transcends social boundaries, including gender, tribe, and religion.
Alright, welcome back to the show. It's still Clear Sport, and I still have with me in the studio Bisriyu Aziz and Kasim Ajibola, dissecting things that are happening at the AFCON as the Super Eagles take on the Jutus of Guinea-Bissau later today. I'm still going to ask them about the expected scoreline, because both of them believe Super Eagles have no problem in dealing with the white girls, that the white girls can be tamed by the Super Eagles later today. But meanwhile, let's talk about the other two teams, Cape Verde and Senegal. They are the only teams that managed to win their first two matches out of 24 teams that qualify for this AFCON. What did this side did differently, and what is that a pointer to the fact that they are better than the rest of the teams?
Yeah, about the two teams, I am surprised and I am not surprised.
Okay, break it down for us.
I am not surprised about Senegal. We all know who Senegal is, and they are the current holders. So they are making that statement that, yes, we are here again. We want to do it again. But Cape Verde, I am surprised. I don't know what is actually going on. Maybe it's Egypt and Ghana, they have not lived up to the billing. I don't know. But Cape Verde, I'm really surprised. 5 goals in 2 games. No, it's a big deal for African football.
Well, as for me, there's no surprise there. If you look at Cape Verde and Ghana, Cape Verde just defeated them in recent time, so they're playing again. And if you look at Ghana record, go and check it, since 2019, they've not won any game. At the AFCON, they've not won any game. They've played about 6 matches, they drew 3, they lost 3. So it's just like a trend for Ghana. But about Egypt, we thought that, okay, Egypt should have done one against Mozambique. They just have the opportunity to draw the match. Against the Ghana, they were going for the killer, but at the end of the day, the Ghana comes back and drew the match. So it's not as if Cape Verde has been a spectacular team. They just had their chances. And to wrap it up, you know, the Cape Verde too, they got their winning in the 90 minutes of the match. So it's not, they are not doing anything spectacular.
Let's talk Senegal. There are just 6 chances so far in this competition, and they converted all.
That is clinical.
And against Cameroon,
it doesn't really matter against who we are playing with. If you are being, this is a tournament. You can, just like I said, Nigeria had 1 chance for goals scoring chances against Ivory Coast, and that's why we are here today. So you just have to take it.
Is it too early to say Senegal are likely to retain this?
No, it's too early. It's too early.
We'll see how it goes, but they've made it to the round of 16 already, creating 6 scoring chances, and they buried all, conceding just only once. Though you always believe that the Gambians have a shout in that game until that red card, and you also believe the Cameroonians have a shout until they fail to convert their own chances. But that's the hallmark of a champion. Have your chances, bury them, and rig your way out when you are in trouble to avoid those troubles. And that was the Senegalese after. For the Cape Verde, I believe they are one of the surprise package of this competition. But let's see how far they can, because the elimination race is different from the group stages of the competitions, because a mistake may just knock you out, as there is no other chance for you to make up for those mistakes. Okay, guys, let's look at the remaining games that will be played today, apart from the Super Eagles and Guinea-Bissau. Ghana, they are on a lifeline. They need to win their game, and they'll be playing against Mozambique, and we saw what Mozambique did against Egypt. They almost knocked out Egypt. Then the other game,
you talk about Cape Verde
against Egypt.
Against Egypt.
Another cracker for Egypt. And one of Cameroon and one of Egypt and Ghana may just be knocked out. Will you be surprised?
I believe Egypt and Ghana are going to make this group.
So that means they have to win their games.
Of course, they have to win. Because why I say so is that Egypt have not really come to the party, right? But they are not doing bad anyway. So they have won their 2 matches. Oh, I beg your pardon. Cape Verde have already qualified in that group. So either Egypt and Ghana, just like Rajat said. But it is more of Egypt. Because if you want to look at Cape Verde, it is natural for them to raise their big players. They don't even have that depth as well, so they will still have to rest because knowing fully well that they've qualified, they have nothing to lose.
Egypt have a chance because they are playing against.
Yes, and they'll be scoring. They'll be scoring. You understand? They'll be considering.
Not just because they are not motivated. They've won the group already. They have 6 points. Egypt has 2, so they have nothing to lose.
So they can afford.
Players,
yes. Which gives.
That's Cape Verde, right?
Yes,
that's Cape Verde.
But for Ghana, it's a win takes all between them and Mozambique. And one of their defender, Daniel Amate, have actually gone to Instagram to remove all the photos that are rated with the Black Star because not be playing.
And he's still in the
squad.
And he's still in the squad.
And is in line to be selected for.
Should we go back to cast or we continue?
But
should we go back to cast or we continue on the debate?
Okay. But let's concentrate on Ghana. What is wrong with them? They've been scoring goals, but they've not been winning games.
Because they've not been so good on Africa, on the continent. Just like I said a few minutes ago, they've not won any matches in their last games.
And for them to progress, they need to break that.
But they have this positive vibe for them because Mozambique have never beat them before. So they have the edge. Never in the history of football that Mozambique has beaten Ghana before. So they have the edge. And they have the edge. They have the edge.
Mozambique still still ahead of Ghana anyways. Ghana is the last team in that group. But a win today can help them to qualify, with which the Black Stars are the best. Okay, guys, let's talk about my prediction that I said I will ask guys. Super Eagles against Guinea-Bissau, your final take, and Nigeria will beat them by how many goals and the final scoreline?
Yeah, Nigeria will beat them, but the question is how many goals. So we've seen in the last 2 games, Nigeria have only managed to score 1 goal in each game. So I don't see a high scoring context. So I'll say Super Eagles 2, Guinea-Bissau nil.
Okay. What about you, Kazim?
I'm looking at 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah, I'm looking at 3-0.
So the goals will finally come.
The goals should finally come. The goals should finally because there's no more pressure anymore.
All right. That's the size of the show. The Super Eagles will be firing out in a couple of minutes now. And everybody all over the country, all over the continent is optimistic that the Super Eagles will nick it. And don't forget, this game will be coming up 6 p.m. later today. Same time that game will be coming, the game between Côte d'Ivoire and Equatorial Guinea. Both sides still have something to play for because Côte d'Ivoire, they are wounded elephants. They want to qualify as well. We'll be following both games. By the time we come your way next time, we'll have more to analyze, especially in Group A and every other group as they find their way into round of 16. Richard Aliba remains my name. Thanks to everyone that have been part of production. Thanks to you for being part of it. Thanks to Bishorio Aziz and Kazim Ajibola. Thanks for being part of it as well.
It's always a pleasure.
Let's do it again. We are out of here.